No matter how sincere the prosecution is,
Yeah.
what about lawyers who come up? They also talk about this frivolous, is it injunctions or adjournments and all of those to frustrate some of these cases. So, how do we deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, look, a man who is facing conviction in jail for corruption and is going to lose his liberty, of course he's not going to fold up his hands and roll over and play dead for you. He's going to give you a good fight. But you, on the other hand, you must be ready to meet him. You must be ready to confront him. You must do your own case diligently. It's not enough to just say, oh, the defense, but they resort to delay tactics and what have you. But you, as the prosecutor, what have you done? What foot have you taken? Are you striding forward or going backwards?
Do we need special courts, do you think, to try some of these cases? As former CJN did say.
I don't think we need special courts, because look, if you create a special court, then you might as well talk of creating special prosecutors and creating special jails, creating special investigators, and creating special police. Then you'll never stop. There is nothing wrong with the courts we have, if only the laws are administered to the letter, if only the prosecution do their job diligently.
What about a case of judges being bought?
Well,
Even if the prosecutor does his job diligently,
yes.
would a judge that has allegedly been bought see through?
Look, I tell you one thing, right? There are we have three layers there's a hierarchy of courts. There are three courts before you get to the end of the road and say, okay, yes, this is final. So if you go to the first court, the court of first instance, the High Court, let's assume the judge was bought. You can go to the Court of Appeal. There are three different judges there, right? You want to say again that those three judges are bought, then you go to the Supreme Court. There are 5 judges who will sit over your matter, or if it's of constitutional importance, maybe 7 judges. So I do not believe that it will be possible to corrupt the 3 layers. It's not possible. Out of the 3 judges on appeal, out of the 5 or 6 judges, 7 judges at the Supreme Court, there will be people there, and there are people there who will not fall for that. But the thing is, for example, look at the Ibori issue that happened at the Federal High Court in Asaba. What has happened to the appeal of that matter? What has happened to the appeal of that matter? Because it was after the no case submission or the preliminary objection was upheld in Asaba that Ibori was apprehended in Dubai, taken to the UK, his trial was started, and conviction obtained, and is serving time now. But in Nigeria, the appeal from that matter has not seen the light of the day.
But on the whole, you think there's anything that the judiciary can do in order to contribute their quota to ensuring that the fight against corruption gets meaningful?
Yes, they do. Of course, the judiciary, of course, they're a foremost party in the fight against corruption. They just have to uphold the laws, ensure that people of integrity are appointed to the bench, and then, give less liberty for defense counsel and prosecutors to waste precious time, taxpayers' money, and all. I think if they do that, then we will see some progress. If you look at Lagos State, for example, there were some judges who handled criminal matters, EFCC matters. Justice Olubunmi Oyewole was one of them. Justice Abiru was one of them. Ask legal practitioners. They know that in the courts of those judges, they will not entertain nonsense. And those judges are at the forefront of the battle against corruption, the EFCC has secured the most convictions before those judges. What did those judges do right? What did the prosecution do right in those cases? I believe it was because they knew that the judges would not tolerate, flippant prosecution.